we apologise. We had some technical issues here. The rain today just got into our system and it's made everything very wet and very damp. But we've set it up. We're back again. We apologise, German fans. The first set is done and dusted, but the news is good. Sorry, Canadian fans, the news is good. Your team took the first set 21-16 against the United States, so they are looking good 21-16 as we get the second set underway.
Just sorting out a little bit. Get the alcohol and
a fair first point for the second set, folks.
The other guy can walk around with a white beret and just walk around.
You've got serving or you've done
The wrong shot. You know what the going with a low margin for error.
Going against the wing as well, so we've got to but we're going to need to have
Point for the team from Canada. The first for the second set. They won the first. Camille and Julie. Not to be.
Hey, how are you doing? Sorry you can't get through. Why don't you leave your name up and your number, and I'll get back to you. Won't see you next another rap band and feeling that hot and I can't stand it.
Joe, nicer conditions for volleyball around this afternoon. Nice time of the evening in Manly Beach.
So it's 3-2 now in the second set. Canada ahead, and at the moment they are looking good. 21-16. They took the first set. Julie Gordon and Camille Saxton, the winners in Shepparton earlier this month. And yes, that first set, Camille Saxton had an absolute barn burner of a set.
Second referee has. They watch the net, they watch the service rotation, they clean glasses, they put money in the meter for the first referee. They overrated a lot of jobs.
that's why we were going to track them to make sure we get there to 8. Rather than probably...
Sorry, can you check over this for a little bit, just because I need to, I'm so far behind you.
Working really hard. She's had the best body position when she built back to play defense, but she kept her team in the point. Stayed patient. The number 3 seed, Julie Gordon, Camille Saxton, the number 6 seeds, Kimberly DiCello and Emily Stockman. Canada, the USA.
So Canada back to serve, our number 3 seeds, up against the number 6s from the USA. Canada had the first set locked in the bag and leading 4-3 here in the second. But the US, we saw them this morning as well, really, really impressed with their game this morning. We know they're a new team together, and so they've been really working on their communication and their ability to bring that teammanship together. So 4-all here in the second. Let's see what they can dig out, because I think they'd be really excited to try and get a semi-final berth here and take on the next team in the draw. But wow, a great shot there. Great attack coming in hard into the angle.
That never gets old. 5-4.
Point back for the USA, just trading blows here at the moment in the second set.
I reckon we seldom
Take the line, Julie Gordon this time coming the other way, but down the line, just catching the sideline. Folks, any part of the line, the baseline of the sideline is in, so the ball catches any of the line, pull that in. The cello, nice and calm, down the line, 3/4 pace. So for the USA combination, they've dropped the first set, they've got to win this one, they've got to keep the match alive. Only one team will go through the final four.
There's that high swing end from the real side speed. So high above the net, you can see everything in front of her.
Oh, nice little dink there, dropping that ball short. Really clever there by the Canadian team. Mix up of power and precision. And that'll give them a 2-point lead into this end change, 8-6.
It's all North American matchup. Is that geographically correct? Thank you. Scoreboard now 9-7. Gordon from Canada.
Canada serving 9-7, and that ball's just going to drift long.
So we're leading up front.
Much to the relief of the Americans, and they're going to come up and serve
Canada.
into that breeze. It's really, again, just swirling around a lot. It's really hard to pick which is the good end at the moment. So you see the players using a lot of the float serves, really allowing the ball to move around, and yeah, really, really nice swing there. Hard into the angle, bringing up point number 9.
Quite a few teams really pushing to make those pots.
Only one team can make it.
I think we're all still trying to get our breath back from that last match. It was absolutely unbelievable, and I hope you at home managed to catch the interview before our system went down again, but to catch the interview with the German girls, and they're just an absolute delight to have here, and their enthusiasm and their excitement, and just to pull off that incredible victory, and what a setup that will be for the semi-finals tomorrow. I'm not quite sure how the draw works. I'm assuming, Sanj, that they will play the winner here, and that could well be, if it's Canada, that will be a rematch of the final in Shepparton earlier this month, being played as a semi-final here at Manly Beach, which would be quite amazing.
Now, folks, don't forget the running sheet for the rest of today. We've got one more match this afternoon, which is an all-Australian matchup. And then the evening session starts at 6, where we have the Rocampers, the local girls, playing their quarter-final, and we've got exhibition games, we've got live music, we've got fireworks, but tonight is a ticketed session. So if you want you to grab a ticket, you can buy them up there on the torso. It's going to be an exciting night.
Obviously, this is a World Tour 2-star event, which means there's more teams, more prize money, and more points on offer. So we tend to see some of the teams travel a little further to come and play these 2-star events, whereas our Shepparton one was a 1-star event with a smaller number of teams. But we are so stoked to be able to have World Tour beach volleyball back in Australia. It was 2008 we had World Tour beach volleyball here, and here in 2017 have 2 events back-to-back pretty much here in Oz is such a good thing, and I think it's going to be here to stay for a long time coming. So the girls are going to have a little timeout, technical timeout here. Canada going in 12-9. And they've obviously already got that first set, so they're in a great position here in this second set. They'll be looking to push forward and push at that lead.
Crazy. 12-9, technical timeout, second set. Quarterfinal number 2. Manly are the best.
Like some of the balls we saw them play maybe a little bit earlier on today, where they were really...
Won't stop, that is for sure. Canada, USA, the cello. The United States with the ball trailing. Well, touched off the blocker's hand with the indication, I thought so from the first referee. Julie Gordon, 13-9 with the ball. Canada up by 4. Gordon with a good read, but overran it almost. The 10-13 Stockman. Ball has gone out, but a little bit of a touch on the athlete on the way through. For King. And now, the quarterfinal boys in the second set.
Oh. Surely not. Oh no. Oh, what?
9 by 9 of the 8 by 8.
What an incredible. There are a couple of balls there that maybe didn't need to be played, but you're in such a flustered situation. You really can't make those judgment calls, and you're better off playing than not playing, I suppose. But wow, what a hustle, what a scramble there, and heartbreak for the Americans, but the Canadians coming out on top. 15-10, they are swarming towards a berth in the semi-final. But the Americans haven't been done with yet. They've got a little bit of fight left in them. They're really going to have to put on the afterburners now, though, at 15-11, as we head towards late afternoon here at Sydney's Manly Beach.
Touch Camille knew it too. No place to hide. So yeah, congratulations to the Germans.
Canada's still holding that 3-point lead, 15-12. Well, Canada have the serve here. Let's see what they can construct here to try and close that gap on this Canadian pairing. Oh, great work. Great footwork there by the American pairing at 1 metre to make the D, but 2 retreating to get in a great position to set that ball up. And again, you may not be able to tell this on the screen, but the wind is really, really gusty out there. So you're going to see teams doing a lot of work to get around the ball, to get into a good position, and not just relying on the ball sitting there exactly where they want it. Oh, massive cross-court hit. Wow. Fantastic play. 16-13 again. Just maintaining that little 3-point buffer.
16-13 now.
Oh, he's got the nobody cross call, and he caught that bit of space on the court short and was changed her mind late, and as a result, Canada bring up point number 17 and are closing in on this second set and the match. Oh, nice work. Dorgello, she's saying no, there's no chance that we're giving up that easy. We're going to be fighting for this. She found the line, smacked it down, they go back and have the serve.
USA.
DiCello and Stockman are digging deep here. We know these girls, we know the tenacity of them, and they're here for a fight. They want to play semi-finals beach volleyball, and they're giving a red hot crack here. 15-17. Oh, DiCello too big at the net, really asserting her dominance now in the front court on this beach volleyball match, and that's exactly what we want to see from Team USA. We've been loving these 3-set matches here at Manly Beach, and if these American girls keep playing like they are for the rest of this set, we're going to be going to 3 again. So Canada say, we're going to have a timeout, we're going to stop this little run and see if we can just hold steady and try and close out this set and close out the match. Well, it's really interesting having a look at the body language of these two teams here. Canada just looking fairly reserved, fairly stable, trying to get their air in and set up their instructions, where Team USA were really egging each other on, some hand claps, leg slaps, really making sure the energy's there between the two of them to come out firing after this timeout.
All right, fans of Manly Beach, where are the fans from Canada? Where are the fans of the United States of America?
The cheers from the crowd. We've got a fair few supporters out here for the US and a heap from Canada. So great to see all our travellers out here and those locals picking a team and supporting them. We got the stands are absolutely packed now. There's only 3 or 4 red seats left, and so the rest are going to have to grab on the live stream. Look at that swing down the line. Wow, she's loving that shot. Yep, that's bread and butter beach volleyball. Really, really good work there by the Canadians. Bring up point number 18. Oh, there it is. The battle of the pokies there. It was just a matter of one team getting that ball in the sand, and again, great work by DiCello at the net, but wasn't able to capitalise on that point. And 19-16 now for the Canadians.
And Sanj, for those watching at home who have never played the game, how tiring is it when you're down on the ground and you've got to get up and get into position to try and play the ball? It just really takes the energy out of you, doesn't it, on the sand, especially when it's really wet like this?
Yeah, my best advice is go down and try it. If you've never played beach volleyball, definitely get out and try it and feel out how tiring it is to be able to fall down, sprint, lay out, and then try and get back up. And as you said, Ross, in wet, soggy sand, these guys have been doing it many, many times all day today and yesterday. And great little chip shot there from the number 1 from Canada, Gordon. She'll go back and serve, and she goes back and serve for a set point. But not just that, it is a match point. It is a potential semi-final point if she makes this one. Oh, and just again that little knuckleball over, and those of you that may not have played a lot of beach volleyball, you can't actually contact the ball with a tip like indoor, so they have to use the knuckles. But these girls, such great control. But 1 match point saved. USA 18, Canada 20. Oh, it's gone long. Match point number 2 saved. And we saw it in the last match, Ross, that they had 3 match points saved on both teams. What's going to happen? Is Colin surely not?
It's all right for a young person like you, but for an old man like me, this would be too much to bear.
Oh, there it is. There's the dominance in the net that we've seen in the second half of this set by DiCello, and great work. And we've gone to 20 all here. And as we say, it gets to 20 all. It's pretty much like it starts again. Race to 2.
Can no one shut out a game these days?
They just know how much we love beach volleyball, and they just want to keep it coming. Clever. She's been shut out by the big block the last couple of times, so decides to chip it into the open court. Really smart, really composed play there by Gordon from Canada. And that'll bring up their 4th match point opportunity.
Number 4. Come on, keep it going, don't stop. For the win.
Oh, what a defensive pickup off the block. Emily Stockman, wow. That is defense, ladies and gents. And then the ability for her partner to put that ball onto the sand, saving match point number 4. And Canada didn't do anything wrong there. They were just outplayed, absolutely ripped the serve. Back to 21 all. A change of ends. Back to level. Oh, clever again, just delaying on the attack there. The block going early and then really being able to leverage off the hands of the blocker, and such a smart play who really, really maximised that. And that brings up Canada's 5th match point. And let's see, it just swung wide there, and so Canada on their 5th attempt grab the match point, and Gordon and Saxon will be through to the semi-finals. Well done to Stockman and DiCello. They've played gallantly all weekend. They will finish up with a 5th position, and we will see Canada through to the final 4. And Ross, look what we have coming up here as we see the ladies walk out on court for this next quarterfinal. It is an all-Australian affair.
Yeah, we've got 2 in a row, in fact. We've got this match, which is going to be exciting. Absolutely no doubt about that. We have Artacho del Solar and Nagamo taking on Borden and Bell. Palmer and Bell, yes, of course. Borden and Bell played at the last event in Shepparton. Palmer and, yes, anyway, you know what I'm saying, lead. But anyway, yes, Palmer and Bell is coming up in just a moment. But before that, we'll hopefully catch up with our victorious Canadian girls, see what they've got to say for themselves after that great win, as another little, I'm going to call this a sun shower, comes through.
Volley Dome. For 10 days of beach volleyball glory and greatness and fun, the Volley Fest, day 2 of 10. We've got a Four Nations event after this starting in the week. We've got the finals of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour next weekend. We've got all sorts of things happening, but for now, we are the FIVB World Tour of Beach Volleyball, some of the best women's beach volleyballers on this planet, or as far as I can tell, any other. Jo Healy from Fox Sports joins me, embarrassed as she is, but here she is nonetheless. Jo, putting you on the spot, how do you separate these two teams?
They're both two very, very good teams. It'll just be interesting to see how they go with the wins. Obviously, they're competing probably the taller of the two girls. We'll go to the net and see how they go attacking. But then Jess and Ruth excellent earlier today in transition in their defense, so it's going to be a tight one.
It is. Way to take no position at all there, Jo. Well,
You're very welcome.
we've got some wonderful pedigree there. We've got Bakara Palmer, who was an under-19 world champion back in about 2008 in Bermuda. Went on to represent her country at the Olympic Games in London in 2012. At the other end of the court, we've got this incredible wonder kid from Manly. That is M. Maria Faye Arcacho del Solar, herself a junior world champion at the under-23 level, and herself an Olympian, this time 2016 Rio Olympics. And we got kind of the X Factor, the other two, Phoebe Bell, the lefty, originally from Queensland, now full-time obviously in the program. And another Queenslander, Jess Namo, who's come back from playing college ball in the States. Two young ladies, very much at the start of their volleyball journey, these two could become anything. So this is a really interesting matchup where, looking into the future here, Jo, we might see a glimpse of 2020 perhaps.
Yeah, let's hope so, definitely. And a little bit sooner than that, tomorrow in semi-final.
Absolutely, one of these teams
is going to be there.
One of these teams definitely can't come out dancing with me tonight and partying, and I'll be sad about that, Jo. I'll be disappointed if I come back and play a semi-final tonight.
Wow, they are into the semi-finals. Our very good friends from Canada, Camille Saxton and Julie Gordon. But once again, they gave us a couple of heart attacks towards the end there. I don't know how they were. Were you feeling relaxed towards the end there, Julie? What was going on out there?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, good.
So, composed. No, it was fine. I think that it's just, we're still a young team, and it's just coming down to maturity and taking care of what we need to take care of, even when we have as big of a lead as we did. So, we're happy with the victory, but definitely, again, taking a learning moment from it, so it's sweet that we can take something away from it as well as the win.
Conditions today have been really quite tough. Were you feeling a bit tired towards it? Because you had a 3-setter this morning. I'm sure it took a lot out of you leg-wise. Were you feeling a bit tired towards the end, or are you still feeling like you're on top of your game?
There were a few rallies, like the long rallies where we're chasing balls everywhere that you don't normally expect to chase because the wind's moving it around. Those rallies, we had to take a breath after or hug or something. But for the most part, I felt pretty good all the way up until the end, as long as we got like a few seconds to breathe.
Well, you're into the semi-finals. I think you'll play the Germans, is that right? The way the draw goes?
I think we play the winner of this match, so Australia.
Okay, yeah.
I honestly have no idea. We're just worrying about one match.
I was going to say it'd be an interesting matchup if it was a replay of Shepparton's final in the semi-final, but it may well be the winner of this match. But however it goes, I mean, you guys are going along great guns now. You had the win in Shepparton. You've done everything you've had to do. You've been challenged here twice, whereas in Shepparton you had a pretty easy run without downplaying your opponents. But you've been challenged here twice today, and both times you come through, which for your self-confidence must be fantastic.
Yeah, again, it's just learning as we're going, and every single match we're looking for something new, and we're learning so much about each other and kind of how we can rely on each other as a new team. And then we're looking forward to playing in Xiamen, the 3-star. So this is exactly what we want, just kind of building on each tournament, stronger competition, that sort of thing. So we're happy with how it's going.
And we talked in Shepparton about Gold Coast next year and Commonwealth Games, and I mean, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, because you've still got a tournament here to win, but you must be starting to think, yeah, maybe we can get all the way next year. Gold Coast, Commonwealth Games, we could be playing there.
I think right now we just try to focus one game at a time. It would be amazing, obviously, to represent Canada at the Commonwealth Games. We would love to do that, but for right now, it's pretty far away, so we'd like to just take it one goal at a time.
But you are feeling good as a combination, though, because I know when you start off fresh, you're always wondering, is it going to gel, is it going to work? Julie, at the moment, you have to say yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think, especially our defense, like I just think our timing is amazing together and we have really good chemistry. So always looking to make it even better though. So yeah, it's really exciting to kind of see where our potential might lead us.
I reckon you two will sleep really well tonight. I reckon you'll get into bed, you'll have a hot shower or something, you'll just collapse into bed and be out tomorrow for your semi-final. Looking forward very much to seeing you both playing that. Well done again.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Julie Gordon and Camille Saxton, the Canadians, they're through to the final and playing some pretty good beach volleyball as well. We've got an All-Australian match coming up for you now.
Ladies and gentlemen of Manly Beach, this lady needs no introduction. She is synonymous with beach volleyball in this country and all over the world. Under 23 world champion, 2016 Olympian, all-round great cow. Make a big noise for Maria Thea Sancho del Solar. They're up against the number 7 seed. This young lady, the left-handed phenomenon, is going to do great things in our sport. He's rocking the court, one and FIVB Bell. And this lady is classy as it gets. She's played indoor for Australia. She's been the under-19 world champion, a London 2012 Olympian. Please go crazy for the one and only Bakara Palmer. Well, Joe, this is tasty. Saturday afternoon special in Manly.
Okay. Is there a garbage? Oh, right there, right?
And one of the best servers our sport has ever seen in this country starts off. Straight line. Our Aussie girls are pretty cool.
Welcome back to centre court with our all Aussie affair for this quarterfinal.
You win 2 sets, you win the match, you go through to the middle rounds tomorrow.
From Vicky Bell, she gets up very, very high, creates those angles, the sharp cross court there.
So we've got the left-hand, right-hand combination of Bell and Palmer in the yellow. And up the other end in the blue shirts, we've got Maria Fea Atacho del Solar and Jessica Namo. Oh, nice little chip inside the block there. And you'll see the Bell and Palmer combination, the taller of the two teams. The other girl's absolute defensive powerhouse. So it's going to be a real battle here to see the power versus precision. And oh, we saw the power and the precision dig there from Bakara Palmer, but not quite coming off. We love that. We see a lot of that type of defense here on Manly Beach. That wind swirling around, a lot of athletes peeling off the net, choosing to play those less conventional style defense, and we absolutely love it. 2-ball, bread and butter, Bakara Palmer right there. Great passing there by FIVB Bell, giving her partner an opportunity to crush it into that angle. No need for Bakara Palmer to set. She's just going to attack straight in on that, and you'll see the girls run a lot of that style of play today. Really trying to bring that into part of their game as they make their assault on the World Tour in 2017. Oh, great lead by the Jess Namo there. It's high on the shoulder. She chose to leave that ball, and we're right on the baseline here in the commentary box. And we can say, yep, it's good 3 or 4 centimetres long on that one. I thought you'd be the right person. She gets the high line call from her partner and listens, executes. Really good play there from the young guns here in the blue, and maybe young. They've still got a lot of experience. Jess Namo, a number of years over at UCLA in the States, and she's been back here in Australia for a year or so now, and really committed back to her beach volleyball, and we're really excited to have her on the sand and playing for Australia. And her partner, Maria Fay. She is a world champion, under 23 athlete. She's an Olympian. And she's got a number of Australian titles as well. And look, for such a young player, she's got a resume almost as long as her surname. And absolutely exquisite beach volleyballer. So it's good. There we go, just as I say that. Comes up with a cracking hit cross court from the overpass from Palmer. And it's been great seeing this combination together.
Nice set up there from FIVB and Palmer. So 5-8.
Fantastic work there in the backcourt. Bakara Palmer, the oldest of the girls there, and she won't mind me saying that because that means she is incredibly experienced. But Bakara Palmer, yes, played not in the Rio Olympics, but the one before in London, so she's had a lot of experience at the top level. A world junior champion herself, and again, a number of Australian titles under her belt, and after taking a little bit of time off from beach volleyball, just figuring out a few things in life, she has come back and she's absolutely loving playing beach volleyball for Australia, loving playing with Phoebe Bell, and was really instrumental in the Australian campaign with the qualifying for the Olympic Games last year in Cairns. And it was the match that Bakara and Phoebe won against Vanuatu that gave Australia the ticket to the to the Olympic Games, and great serving there again. But speaking of the Commonwealth Games, all 4 of these athletes will be vying for one of those Australian positions for the Commonwealth Games in 2018 on the Gold Coast.
So are you using all this area to play your Ross for the... What's that? Yeah, how much of it?
And this is with the line shot. She read the defense well.
We're all tied up, 9-all in the first set. Teams just trading blows, testing each other out. Ooh, nice little slice and dice there from Mfei, chopping it into the angle, and that'll bring up point number 10 for Maria Fay and Jess.
Staring each other down through the net, 10-9.
Nice, and gets a little line over call, and Phoebe using her height there, just chopping it off the top of the block there, and bringing up point number 10. There's a real arm wrestle out there at the moment. No No team giving away 3 points. I would expect nothing less from these Aussie athletes.
Well, that's the power that just Nano can bring. Such a pure, powerful spiker. Sweet smile, deadly shoulder. They're going to take the lead at 11-10. The nearest of leads, Mfei, Jess, over Phoebe and Zach. Quarterfinal number 3.
Oh, Jess Namo, double shot at that. Gets the block, decides to crush that ball back. And loving the aggression of both teams out here, absolutely unleashing. And Ross, I'd have to say, it's probably almost some of the best conditions we've had today for this quarterfinal, hey?
Yeah, I'd say so. The other thing is, you know, we spoke to some of the Australian teams earlier today, and, you know, there's a lot of pride at stake here. And there's a lot of, not just bragging rights, but, you know, there is a really solid group down in Adelaide at the moment at the High Performance Centre, and they're all vying to be Australia's top team. We can only take one team to the Commonwealth Games next year. So everyone's vying now to be that team, I mean, obviously, Louise Borden and Taliqua Clancy, off the strength of their World Tour results and off the strength of their performance at the Olympics, the front runners at the moment. But there's a lot of movement behind them, and we know Taliqua's been off with injury, but she will be back very soon. But don't underestimate what's at stake here and how important winning this match is for both teams as we head towards the end of the Australian summer, next weekend, the end of the Australian tour. And then, Sanj, all these teams are heading off to various parts of the globe to take on some of the best teams in the world, as they are here this weekend. And they want to go there with a few wins under their belts.
Yeah, spot on, Ross. And as you see, Jess Namo just crush one cross court, and all these ladies will head off onto the World Tour, Asian Tour, a number of events that they'll be travelling to. And look, as you said, one team gets to go to the Commonwealth Games for Australia. So every opportunity these girls get to match up head to head, they'll be looking to put a result on the board. They'll be looking to lock that in. So when the time comes for selection, they can say, we've got more wins than them, and be able to put themselves in a really good position. That and all four of these ladies are just absolute fierce competitors. They love to win, they love playing awesome beach volleyball, and they hate losing.
Cara returns the favour trait. No blushing, retiring violets out here. They are powerful, motivated, attacking weapons of Australian beach volleyball. Hello World Volley Rooms. Folks, if you want to get up and maybe win a $500 holiday voucher, go up and see our good friends at the Hello World marquee up there on the torso. Go in the competition, get some freebies. Big shout out to Hello World. Thank you for your help and support.
Get 2 bottles.
So you asked me earlier that I do 500 one for time. What do you do?
I would go straight to Japan with my snowboard. I have to hitch a little bit of the way. Bakara, you are...
The classic single-hand fist pump there for Bakara Palmer. She's absolutely stoked with that hit, and that's going to bring up Point number 14 for them, where they just put their noses in front here in this first set.
Right. That one's wrong. 14-15 over there.
Net touch. That's the end of that.
16-14.
15, 14.
16-14. Yeah, between the matches we will move over into right into the corner. So we can move that speaker out. We don't want that.
Bell. Wow.
Well, we love this sport. Going point for point here, Australia versus Australia.
Oh, Jess Namo just sneaks it past the Phoebe Bell block there, which gives them that 2-point lead. So Maria Fay will go back to serve 17-15 in this first set.
Safe play. The number 9 seeds leading the number 7 seeds of this game. 17-15.
Oh, sneaky. Great pass there by Bakara Palmer, giving her partner plenty of options there. She could have set the ball up for her partner. She could have gone and just Bakara just talking through the instructions. She is the more experienced player out there. 16-17. Bakara at the net. Normally you see her into the backcourt, and Jess Namo taking advantage of that and crushing that ball down the line and bringing up point number 18.
I'll tell you what I've been really impressed with, Stange, is Jess Namo's game. She's playing with a lot of confidence out there and really nailing some very important points and is probably the difference between two teams at the moment.
I think you just put the moz on her there, Ross, as she misses that serve long. You know, the commentator's curse. But yeah, Jess Namo is one of those surprising athletes that we haven't seen a lot of on the Australian beaches. Obviously, she spent a few years over in the US and she's recently come back. So she's such a dynamic athlete, though. She's got great touch on the ball. Her skills are amazing, and just being able to really launch herself out of the sand and create such power on the ball. We'll see her have another attempt at that here. Oh, that power backfires on her there, and Phoebe Bell blocked back into the face of Jess Namo, and I guess sometimes that's when your power can be a curse. I don't have that problem, Ross, but Jess Namo did in that situation. So that'll give it's a score locked up at 18-all. Oh, there we see Phoebe Bell starting to dominate on the net, but the eagle eye of the referee there's just called a sneaky little net touch on Phoebe Bell, saying that is not allowed, young lady. Point will go to Maria Fay and Jess, and that will give them a 19-18 lead here in this first set. Oh, good option there by Jess, keeping the speed of the play, but just wasn't quite able to snap that ball down inside the baseline, but that's okay. They were one up, so they had that little bit of a breather. We go to 19-all now.
Someone's going to have a set point after this rally.
Oh, that passing platform there, Jessica Namo just locked in solid, and she got the slightly tight set there for Maria Fay, but good enough and smart enough to make the right choice there and just chip it around the block to give them set point number 1. Oh, Bakara Palmer, if you can do it, so can I. So great option there from Bakara. Again, that set was drifting onto the net and then decided to chip it back into that open court just to level it up at 20-all, which I seem to feel like we've called that just about every set today, 20-all. A lot of sets going the duration right to the end, which we absolutely love. Oh, Maria Fay unsure whether to take that ball. She realised she was still standing outside of court and had that little look with Jess, that glare back and forth, and decided to let the ball drop. And really clever by them there. And that's going to give Fay a serve here for the set, and cracking this ball into the wind as if she should use that top spin really well. Okay, again, commentators curse. I better stop giving any feedback before the serve going into this. I just wanted to see it even up. 21-all. Ladies will change ends. Phoebe Bell back to serve here. Bakara just giving her some calming instructions. Now we've hit that 21 points, so first to lead by 2 will take this set number 1. Oh, just that ball toss just drifting across Phoebe there, making it really tough for her to hit that line which she was going for. And that'll bring up another set point for Jess and Maria Fay, 22-21. Oh, Bakara Palmer, nice little matrix move to get out of the way of that. Gets the fist pump, the big breath out in the hand slap. She's pumped up, 22-all. Oh, it goes for the impossible angle, and we call it impossible because, yep, there was no chance, no opportunity for her to make that. And again, that ball just drifting wide a little bit there, and Jess trying to have to come up with something miraculous. And that gives Beck and Phoebe their first opportunity at a set point. They've been patient. Now, can they capitalise first opportunity?
That's up to you, sir.
Oh, Bakara really going to try and slice that ball into the wind and try and get that sideline, and she realised maybe it was a little bit too much, but she'll settle again now, 23-all. That's the benefit of being set point up. You really can have the opportunity to just absolutely unleash. Oh, Beck moving it through the goalpost of Jess Namo's arms there, and you can see Bakara really talking about just being calm. Hold here. See what Phoebe Bell's got for their second opportunity at set point. Oh, they're going to have a very, very close look at that, and it's just come off Jess Namo's block there to land at, and Phoebe and Beck sort of coming from behind there and have actually managed to steal the first set, 25-23.
Hope you're enjoying Saturday afternoon on the World Tour of Beach Volleyball. This is quarterfinal number 3.
Maria Fay finally right on the line. Semi-final number 3 here, and we saw a super, super tight first set, and really been going in exactly the same fashion as our first two quarterfinals went earlier on today, and obviously quarterfinal 3, my correction, but it's been some absolutely cracking beach volleyball by many of the teams, and great. So again, just seeing the change up there, Phoebe Bell just chipping that ball over, taking the pace off and finding the open court. The lower set there, and Jess was able to still get it. That ball was drifting away, and a little tape clip and bobbled away from Bakara Palmer and dropped onto the sand. So point number 2 for Jess and Maria Faye. Oh, just a little too sharp there, FIVB. And that's what the pressure of Jess and Marie Faye will do to you. They consistently make dig after dig and make you go for more angle, hit sharper, hit harder, and you can see that just forcing the error there from Phoebe Bell.
So stay tuned.
Mate, again, you see these Aussie girls, both teams here really taking advantage of that 2-ball play where the defensive player will pop that ball up to the net. Instead of setting the ball, they're just going to attack straight away and not let the defense have any opportunity to get settled. Oh, Faye, she was onto that one. She saw the little movement there of Bakara early, and as a result, she stepped across, took that block, and really, really smart play. Maria Faye's really in tune here. She's really great vision on the court. Leading 5-1. Oh, ladies and gents, some of the best setting you'll see on the beach volleyball court. Jess Namo, Bakara Palmer, just absolute hands of gold and just giving their partners huge opportunities to be able to attack all over the court, and it's just so good to see. You see many players on the national tour and the world tour choosing a bump set with their forearms, but these girls putting their hands out, taking the risk, and just absolutely sublime skills here. Loving this beach volleyball. There it is, Phoebe Bell just sticking that left paw out, swatting it into that open court and bringing up point number 2 for them. They've got a bit of work to do here, Phoebe Bell and Bakara Palmer. Down by 4 early in this second set after closing out the first. Oh, they got the cross call. Phoebe and Bakara getting a bit muddled up there and end up both defending the same side of the court. And the vision there of Jess Namo was able to put it into the other side. And yeah, smart move there by Beck and Phoebe. They're just going to take a timeout, sit down, grab a little nibble to eat and something to drink, and they'll be back out on court shortly and just trying to reassess their situation where they are at the moment and figure out what they can do to get back into this second set.
Okay, so what we're going to do, if you stick around after this game, we're going to let you stay in the venue. You will not need to get a ticket. If you take off and then want to come back later, you're going to need a ticket to get back in the venue. So if you guys want to stick around after this game, there'll be a little break, not too long. We're going to let you stay in the venue for free. Okay, you will not need a ticket. It's our little thank you. I know we've had a lot of you that have been here for 2 days. The Puncho Brigade have been up there absolutely rocking. Torrential rain this morning. We had that whole grandstand full of beach volleyball legends. So if you guys stay after this match, just stay in your seats. You're not going to need a ticket to stay. We're going to let you stay. It's a big thank you from all the volleyballers.
And a massive shout out to all the Aussie fans that are watching this on the live stream. We've got the comments coming in. They're absolutely loving this beach volleyball and just, again, astounded at the quality of the setting and the attack from Jess Namo and Maria Faye. So keep that support coming through, guys. Absolutely loving the fact that we're able to bring this to every single person in Australia and around the world. And Faye again coming through and slicing that off the inside of the blocker's arm. Bring up point number 8, 8-2.
You do not need a ticket, but you must stay in your seats. If you take it off and want to come back later, you'll need a ticket to get in. Oh, the joust of the net for Carla. How did she get that through?
Too strong. Becky has taught for a few years now. Takes my Olympian, of course. She's got so much experience. She knows exactly what to do.
World champion.
Yes.
Oh, it's a battle of tennis out there, just trading forehand blows there. Bakara Palmer saw the empty space on court and took it. But the other girl's like, hey, we can play a bit of that game too. And Jess Namo going to block, but obviously it's her serve. Players must keep their service order. They can play anywhere they wish on court, but must stay in the service order.
7 hours on the sideline. So again, folks, beach volleyball fans, there's a big thank you for sticking around with us throughout some challenging weather. After this match, if you do want to stay for tonight, the conditions still a little bit tricky with the breeze. Please just stay in your chairs. You're not going to need a ticket. If you do take off, go and get some dinner or something and want to come back and watch the later games, you will then need to get a ticket to come in. But if you guys want to hang out with us, we'll kick some tunes, we've got live music, we've got fireworks.
So again, you'll see the players switching ends every 7 points. This is how we do it in beach volleyball, just to make sure there's no advantages to either team. But they just have to let their volleyball do the talking. Yeah, experience there by Bakara Palmer. She waited for the block to go up, and just as they started to fade down, then Bakara was able to hit it high off Jess's hands, and the ball landed in court to pick up their 5th point for this second set. How nice is that ball sitting in the net for Bakara Palmer, but the dig from Mfe, retreating off the net, pretty much protecting her face. She didn't want those sunnies being broken, and they nearly had to keep it in play. But again, nice little run here. Beck and Phoebe able to get 2 points in a row, which they've struggled to do at the start of this set. And that's why just coming through and just flies in cross court.
Wonderful strong arm, which is nice and high, just to start. Get it up, maintain this lead at 11-6. Backs it up with a wonderful jump serve, serving into the teeth of this breeze. Just putting the handcuffs on there. Serve for the point. 12-6.
Another huge serve there by Jess Namo. Yeah, number 9 seeds leading 13-6 against number 7 seeds.
Here you go, rock solid. Sees the ship there for the combination there with Carapana, Phoebe Bell. On the first set, and we show by a couple of points here at 7-13.
Oh, great swing. And the benefit of that left-hand, right-hand combination is always changing the angles for the defensive team, which makes it really, really challenging. Although Maria Faye and Jess have been well up to that challenge in this set, and they'll sit down and have a little bit of a break with a nice lead at the moment. So they'll be feeling really, really good. And I think just looking to continue the tradition of 3-set matches in these quarterfinals. So obviously they need to win this set to stay in it. And Bakara Palmer and Phoebe Bell already got that one in their bag. So they've got the little safety. So it'll be interesting to see how the second half of this set plays out.
Fireworks is doing lots of fun.
Absolutely. And
As we bring back up. making the big play.
Power play there from Bakara Palmer. She's really urging her younger counterpart on here. She's really pushing. Bakara knows the importance here of closing this gap in this second set. And wrestling back some of that momentum that Jess and Mfae seem to have held for the majority of this second set. Oh, slice. I thought Bakara was going to absolutely crush that, but I think Jess and Mfae did the same. Their heels were dug in. They were ready to defend the hard hit, and Beck just sliced it across. And as a result now, we see Maria Faye and Jess calling that timeout. They want to swing that momentum back and try and control it because they know the experience of Bakara and Phoebe and really don't want to give them any chance of a look in this second set.
Well, let's bring around Early Beach. Please put your hands together, these two amazing Aussie teams. The good news is we'll see one of them in the next round. We will say goodbye to one of them for this tournament. Here you go, Bakara Palmer to the serve. Dropping the ace.
And the ace, and that is Phoebe Bell with the ace coming up and loving that left-hand crack down the line. And that's coming with 3 points in a row there to close that gap. Oh, Jessica Namo. Clutch play there. She obviously the girls in yellow a number of points in a row and the momentum was swinging. She came out hard there. You see a lot of players sometimes a bit tentative there, but Jess sticking to her guns and going hard and high down the line. Bakara again clever. We see that a lot today where Bakara Palmer's gone high off Jess Namo's hands rather than taking on the blocker or taking on the defensive player of Maria Faye. She's clipping it up off that block, which means the ball ends up way back behind the baseline and no chance for Mfae to make the dig. There is again that great setting by Jessica Namo to allow Maria Faye to get into a great position there against the tall block of Phoebe Bell. She's able to work that ball around on the sand and bring up point number 12 for them. Nice swing through the middle there, and that's going to be an end change, and we'll see the girls in blue. Maria Faye and Jess Namo leading 15-12. 15-13, sorry. Wait for the big scoreboard to catch up. So 15-13, but Phoebe Bell has the serve. 2 points down. Oh, it's a little bit tight on the set from Mfae. Very rare that we see the setting error, but Bakara Palmer was there ready to pounce. And 14-15. Yeah, love that. We see Mfae go back to the trusty handset, and most players have generally had that handset as their second setting option. We see majority of the girls here, especially Maria Faye, Jess, and also Bakara, the handset is the preferred option with great consistency. So Maria Faye with 16-14. Time to unleash. Oh, there it is. She's loving that jump serve, kicking it up high and hard into the wind, into that back corner, and that's super challenging to pass there for Phoebe Bell. Up around the shoulders, that ball is dipping into the wind with that heavy topspin that Maria Faye puts on the ball.
A real test of character this for Maria Faye and Jess Nagamo. So they were 5 or 6 points up, and they've let the other girls, the fellow Australians, Phoebe Bell and Bakara Palmer, back into this match, and they've been challenged. Now they've got to show some character and settle, and they're doing that at the moment. They've slipped back out to that 4-point lead, 18-14. Now they've got to just try and drive this set home and take it into a third and deciding set.
Back there for the car and FIVB down here. Second set to 21, you must win by 2 points.
So got one more point here before the end change, and Jess and MFA will really want to grab that and have that, or 2 more points, sorry, to try and get that 19-16 or 20-15 change. They really don't want the girls getting much closer to that. There we go. It's a great swing there by Jess Namo. And that's going to guarantee them either a 19-16 or a 20-15 end change here, and it just gives them a little bit of breathing room. It means that Jess can come back and really unleash on her serve here. Oh, steady hands of Bakara Palmer there, just delivering absolute perfection there, and FIVB loving that. Snaps that ball into the angle and just too high on the contact there, meaning really, really challenging for the girls to be able to cover all the areas of court. And as I said, it's that 19-16 change now. FIVB Bell with the serve, up the good end, and let's see how she works this one into the win. She's been serving down the line from this end earlier on in the set. Let's see what she decides to do here. Oh, trying to keep that ball low, wheeling it up into the air, but it wasn't to be so, and the gap closes again, 17-19. And be well aware in the back of MFA and Jess's head that FIVB and Bakara fought off those set points the last set. They came back strong and closed it out. So, oh, that's going to be just long. The linesman right onto that, and that'll give MFA a serve here to close out the second set.
Jess Namo, 20-17.
Oh, big hard hit from Bakara Palmer. Really courageous there in that swing, and going off the hands again of Jess Namo. Just hasn't really been able to shut down Bakara's swing, but the experience there of Bakara to really look for the elbow, swing out wide, 18-20. The girls still have 2 set points in hand. Bakara Palmer, that dig halfway through that point where she just pulled out the right fist there, popped the ball up, and as a result, we have a 1 point difference. Bakara Palmer to serve, 19-20. Oh, there it is. She's just all over it at the moment. Bakara Palmer absolutely had that ball dialed in. A great dig diving through, and FIVB was able to launch out that long left arm and just get enough knuckle to that ball for it to drop over the net, and we're all tied up 20-all. Is this going to be a bit of a repeat of the first set with that comeback? Oh, watching that ball just go wide there. Absolutely going for everything there, Bakara Palmer, and that's going to give Jessica Namo the serve and set point. Block! Maria Fay! You don't have to see her at the net blocking, but she absolutely made that point. And that closes out the second set, and we are going to 3.
Can you see yourself up on the big screen? Can you see yourself up on the big screen? This is a little something we call bongo cam, kids. And the big kids, if you can see yourself on the big screen, you're going to play the drums. Nice job, kids. Yeah, that's it, the big kids as well. If you can see yourself on the big screen, bongo cam, show us your best drums. Let's go. Very nice, very nice. And the cute was also the rhythms. Drumming skills are rubbish compared to this kind of crowd. Here we go, here we go. Over the drum score, sorry, ladies and girls. If you want to stick around for tonight's session, you don't need a ticket if you stay here at the venue. But keep the drums going, show us your skills there, the beach.
So welcome these girls back on court in his epic quarter-final battle. Pick your teams. Get cheering. This crowd is absolutely filling in here at Manly. Conditions are absolutely perfect. Bakara Palmer with the first serve here, and both teams a spot in the semi-finals up for grabs. She gets the high line call, listens to her partner off the outside hand of FIVB there, and first blood, Jess Namo, Maria Fea Tato Del Solar. First point in this third set. Now see it again, Ross, that high hit off the block. I guess if something's working, you keep going to it. And you'll see this right through this third set here, where players are going to be really, really aggressive on their serving, especially early on, trying to put their stamp on this set. Oh, nice work. Coming in hard, approaching the angle there, and Bakara just chipping that ball back to the line and seeing the open space, and really good vision there from Bakara. She's a very smart player. She won't just swing wildly away. She's going to look for where she can score points. Oh, holds in the net again. Epic rally, and I hope you guys are enjoying this on the live stream, because this is absolute sublime beach volleyball happening here. And man, we are loving the World Tour here on Manly Beach, and being able to see our best Australian players absolutely battling out. And it's always sad to see Aussie players having to knock each other out in the quarterfinals, but on a positive note, it means we're always going to have an Aussie team in the semi-final. But it's too close to pick at the moment as to which team it's going to be. Oh, just a little wide there from Bakara Palmer, but she again making that dig, and she really has her eye in on the defensive side at the moment, and she'll make that change. Hasn't made many errors on the attack so far, so she'll go back, she'll change that. But we're seeing Marie Feo come back to serve 3-all here in the third set. Oh, the rare error, the overpass there. And Phoebe Bell making no mistake and putting that ball away. When you get a gift like that in the third set, you say thank you very much. I'll crush that, I'll take the point, and I'll take the serve. Again, just great vision there by Jess Namo. Not trying to hit the ball too hard. She was out of position, was able to chop that ball into the corner and put up point number 4 for her team on the board. And there it is again. Maria Fea been doing the blocking work there, and it seems to be where Bakara and Phoebe have got most of their points, and they'll look to make that change there. And 5-4, Palmer and Bell in the lead. And we'll have an end change here. 5-all, third set. Absolutely nothing between these two teams at the moment.
Stick around, folks, because we've got men's exhibition match, we've got a legends match, we've got our new guy.
Oh, the little double pop jump there by Bakara Palmer. A little bit of hang time and chipping that down the line. bringing up point number 6, just getting their nose in front here. Oh, crushes a cross court. And again, Maria Fay just urging her on there to take that attack, take that confidence and grab that point. 6-all here in the third set. Oh, clever defense again there for Maria Fay, and Jess was peeling off the net, giving Bakara an open net, but that ball did just drift away a little bit from her, making it really, really challenging, and that'll give Maria Fay and Jess point number 7, 7-6. She doesn't make that mistake twice, so really good attack there, Bakara Palmer. Nice and fast, finding the open court and levelling it all up at 7-all. Oh, Maria Fay getting out of the way of it, and it looked for all money that was going long, and that the power of the topspin serve into the breeze there, and it has just dipped severely right at the end there, and landed on the line and brought up point number 8, and that'll be an end change for the girls, and way for Bakara and Phoebe really to take advantage of that good end, or the one into the wind. So they're going to have the wind at their back now, and as you can see, much more challenging to make the service down that end, and again, we're all tied up, 8-all. Oh, the transition play from Maria Fay, Tacho del Solar. Are you kidding me? Phoebe absolutely unleashing that ball. Mbaye just pops it up, gets a money set from Jess, and history made. Points done in the bag, leading 9-8. Clever there by Phoebe Bell, just taking the pace off and just slicing it down inside the block there of Jess Namo, and makes it really hard for the blocker on their timing there when you see the pace of the hitter change when you're already committed and in the air. Nine all.
What's that hashtag?
Namo this time unchallenged at the net. Enjoyed your commentary by Bohemian from Cotswold Side. You played a lot of this game. This is where you want to be. The Saturday night in Manly, the quarterfinal.
Unlucky, Jess really going for that, absolutely unleashing on that serve and grabbing a bit of the net on the way through, and as a result it goes wide. So the ladies, you'll see change ends, and every 5 points you'll see the teams switching ends again to make sure that there's no advantage from the sun or the wind or any other elements. So all tied up, 10-all here. Quarterfinal action here at the FIVB World Tour event in Manly, Australia. And just sneaking it through the arms, which is pretty tough, those big long goalposts there from Phoebe Bell, and she was able to sneak it down between the two of them, and that'll bring up their point number 11. Oh, the little delay block. Bakara thought she had the open space, and Jess just delayed there and swatted that ball back. Really clever play. A bit of cat and mouse there. It's risky, but as we know, at the end of the third set, that's what you got to do. You got to play, got to take those risks. And 12-10. Little mini break here for Jess and Maria Fay. Oh, the rare overset there from Phoebe Bell, and Mbaye was ready to absolutely eat that up and just really calmly takes that knuckle into the backcourt rather than unleashing on it. And 13-10, Maria Faye and Jess, they've just snuck out to a little 3-point gap, and we haven't seen this much of a gap between the scores of the two teams for the whole set. So this is a bit of an unprecedented position that these girls are in. They're only 2 points away from a win and a position into the semi-finals. Everyone, crowd goes absolutely nuts, hands are together, and Jess Namo, just what a weapon. Just set her radar, detonated that ball, and brings up a match point. Maria Faye and Jess Namo.
Keep going, Natalie.
Oh, and she gets a bit of the outside of the line on her home beach. Maria Faye and Jess Namo, they got a semi-final spot booked for tomorrow. Phoebe Bell, Bakara Palmer, what a match. We've just seen absolutely stunning beach volleyball all afternoon here. 3-setter after 3-setter. And wow, World Tour beach volleyball. Welcome to Manly.
And the fabulous Jess Namo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, as we said before, if you want to stay for tonight's session, do not leave your seats. As a thank you for being such an amazing crowd, when you want to say you will not need a ticket. If you didn't take off, guys, and didn't want to come back later, you are going to need to buy a ticket. But as a huge thank you, because you stuck with us, we've had some amazing volleyball in some somewhat challenging weather today. So
we get a bit there, we want to be able to get in there.
Throughout the rain, with your ponchos on, your umbrellas, so a big thank you to you all. Over in that greens there, if you want to stay for tonight's session, just stay where you're sitting, and the show will be on the way very, very soon. Coming up next, folks, our final women's quarter-final. Alice Hannah Roadcamper up against Lou Borden and Nikki Laird. One more women's quarter-final coming up next on Centre Court.
Still a one more match. I'll go with the girls.
You can just have it unlocked, so it's can we clear this section a bit now, or
Shut this one down so we can have that. Clear out all that. I can have one seat, would be great. I don't really need three.
There's already photos there for you, mate. Thanks, mate. That were done in the first set.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a big thank you for sticking around all throughout yesterday and today. If you're in the arena and you want to stay in your seats, you will not need a ticket. We're not going to clean the arena. Let me say a big thank you for being such an amazing crowd across a couple of days. If you do want to go, you are going to need a ticket to get back in. So it's pretty simple. If you hang around with us, have a good time, watch your volleyball, you get to stay and watch Olympians, World Champions for free. Amazing. We've got fireworks, we've got live music, got all sorts of cool stuff going on. So it's going to be really awesome. So please stay in the chance and we're going to give you the show very, very soon.
There. The wind blow that over there.
Okay, so you're on weight and ankle. What are your expectations for coverage on the celebrity shoot?
Nothing. I'm not even looking around for it.
I have to, yes.
As soon as this next match is over,
I'm going to get some crowd shoot.
well, what an incredible quarterfinal we had between two Australian teams there. There can only be one winner, and in the end, there was some incredible defensive work from these two guys, just gritting their teeth and putting in the hard yards. Jess Nagamo, Maria Fay, Tajo. I like to call her Nagamo. I like to call her Nagamo. And from now on, I'm going to call you Maria. Because I know how much you like being called Maria. But how about these guys? Fantastic. I mean, you guys had to dig deep and you really did it there in that third set.
Yeah, we always knew it was going to be a grind against those girls. We train with them every single day, so we know each other's tendencies, and it was always going to be, I don't know, whoever stayed patient the longest, and I think we did that, and we're really happy with the result.
Jess, you really played out of your skin in that match. I think over the last few weeks, that's probably the best I've seen you play today. Did you feel like you were really in the zone there?
Yeah, felt really free, and Maria Faye supported me so much out there on the court, so yeah.
We talked a lot about the competition amongst the Australian teams. How important is that win, Maria Faye?
I think it's so good, you know, that there's so many Aussies out there, because, you know, it only makes us and each other better. You know, having so many strong teams out there can only do so good for the country in our sport.
And I talked about your defence. It was outstanding today from both of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did a really good job. You know, we try to use our strengths to our advantage. We're obviously both not the biggest on court, so we have to make sure we use our strengths and utilise, you know, other things on the court. And I think we did that well today. And yeah, it's really exciting to have come away with a win.
The other thing which is impressive is that obviously your character got tested, because that first set, I think you had 3 set points, then you lost all 3 of them, and you ended up losing the set. Now, for a lot of teams, you can drop your bundle after that, but what did you say to each other at the end of that first set? Jess, what did you say?
Yeah, just keep the momentum going. Like, it was a tight set, it wasn't like it blew out to anything, so we just took the momentum from the first set into the second, and yeah, we said reset, it's a new set, you can always win a game in 3 sets, so yeah.
And did it went as predicted for the rest of the match, Maria Faye? I mean, you know Beck and you know Phoebe so well. Did they play the sort of game you expected them to play?
Look, they're both excellent, talented players. You know, all around the court, we had really good ball control skills. Look, I think it was just a matter of staying really aggressive throughout the whole match, really patient, believing and having that trust in, you know, in ourselves and in each other, and yeah, just grind it.
Well, it's fantastic. You're into the semi-finals now. It's going to be really outstanding to watch tomorrow. So well done to both of you. Fantastic game, that one. And enjoy tonight. I reckon you'll sleep well. You have worked pretty hard today. It's been tough work. So well done and enjoy tomorrow. That's Jessica Nagamo and Maria. They're a couple of characters. We love having them on the tour, and fantastic to see them into the semi-final. What a match we've got coming up for you. The last match of the day. It's going to be in the fading light here at Manly Beach. It'll be the top seeds from Australia against the home crowd town favourites, the Row Campers. Very much looking forward to bringing you that quarterfinal in just a little while.
So just fantastic, taking on a couple of Olympians as well, which is just amazing to see the Aussies rising through Hollywood Volley to this part of the tournament. Sadly, we'll lose one of them, but exciting that this guarantees us a spot in the semi-finals as well. So it's all up and down, one of these teams. And I think the local crowd, Tom, will be a bit tall. Look, I think there will be a little bit. I mean, we're going to see so many friendly beach rallies over all these teams have played throughout yesterday and today. So we don't ask you to pick a team and cheer them on, but I'm not sure that's fair. Or we can't just choose them over there. I think it's a rock solid matchup. Volleyball will be the winner. So the two Row Campers, this is Hannah and our wonderful athletes up against Lou Gordon, Nikki Lee. We want you to come to the part of the ladies and gentlemen, get yourself outside. We're going to have a good time tonight, this matchup, not too far away. Sun's out. The beach is amazing. We're talking about 6 o'clock as far as we can tell up here, pretty close to game time, so we are around. We're going to say big thanks to Dave for being with us for 2 days. You've been an amazing crowd, and expect nothing less than the homes of big volleyball in Australia. So please come and enjoy. It's going to be an amazing night. We've got some fantastic live entertainment. We've got fireworks a little bit later on. We've got some celebrities. We've got some of the boys coming out to do a little bit of an exhibition that to do later on. Josh Slacker been told. What? Still a little bit himself. Amazing. Jumping Josh Slack. What I've got up all of these jumping Josh Slack. Amazing. So he's going to be out there having some fun. But right now he's already got a spot in the semi-finals.
This afternoon. Time is now approaching 6 p.m. At this time, the Northern Beaches Council Lifeguard Services and Laboratory Services will be finished up for the day. We have had the beach closed for the last couple of hours. We will advise that anyone swimming is parking the service and stay out of the water for the rest of the day. The resume again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and we'll be accepting the conditions. Thank you.
So do you reckon you can get away with 2 tables?
Not really.
No, you need 3. But we can move it over a bit, yeah? Oh shit, oh that one's
Gentlemen of Manly Beach, the FIVB World Tour of Beach Volleyball is down to its final quarterfinal match. We have 3 teams through the Sunday in the semi-finals. 1 spot remains, Australia v Australia. Quarterfinal number 4, we are ready to go. We are going to introduce our official. Without him, we would have no sport. Please welcome to the stand, first referee for this match, Mr. Kevin Linton. Second referee, please welcome Kenya Chavalia. Manly Beach. It is time for you to be parochial and make some noise. What a fairy tale they are. Back together, reunited, and it feels so good. The number 23 seeds from Australia. Please welcome the elder first to the stand. This is Hannah Camper. And her sister, the under-19 former world champion. Please welcome Alice Camper. This lady in the number 1 seeded team went to high school just up the road from here. On her journey to this match, she became the under 23 world champion. She became a Rio 2016 Olympian. Go crazy for your homegirl, Nikki Laird. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady was a 2000 indoor Olympian. She was a London 2012 Olympian. She was a Rio 2016 beach volleyball Olympian. Please give it up for Lou Gordon. I have the sound on the beach, so turn up Mr. Williams. You get your hands out, make some noise, clap your hands, everyone. Here you go.
Get it there.
All the way through to the center. Great stuff. Here we go.
A little bit more to
You
do
guys
there.
have to take it a little bit too bad. Let's make some noise, everyone. Here we go.
Turn even more to your left a bit.
Sounds good. Here we go. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Get that back left corner, and then we can actually tilt a little bit more. It's pretty good though.
Well, good transition check for Lou Gordon. Nikki Laird couldn't believe there was no drop and no problem at all. So first spot of the match. Folks, if you don't know much about beach volleyball, you've got to win 2 sets to win the match.
Welcome back to Manly Beach, and we have our last quarterfinal coming to you live, and we have again an all Aussie affair and almost all Manly affair. We have in the blue the Rocamper sisters, Alice and Johanna, who are just live up the road and have played most of their volleyball here on Manly Beach. And in the green, we'll see Louise Borden, back to serve, Melbourneian originally, but based herself now in Adelaide with the volley ruse. And Nicole Laird, Nikki Laird at the net, who also just grew up just up the road and played a lot of her beach volleyball here at Manly as a junior, and also now resides down in Adelaide as part of the volley ruse Australian training squad. Oh, you don't want to give that Louise Borden a free net and a tight set. Not a good combination if you're the defensive team. So early little lead, 3-1 Louise and Nikki.
Uncharacteristic. Signal miscommunication. Stroke through the middle and touch for the 8-4-1. Land and Gordon rock solid to start.
Yeah, clever there from Alice Rocamper. Using the arms there of Nikki Laird and squeezing that ball down the line, bring up their second point. Oh, just going long there. Nikki Laird did everything to try and get out of the way of that ball. And that'll be an end change. 5-2, great start from the girls in green. Oh, we see it again, down the middle, and normally don't see that happen too much, especially with the Rocamper sisters. Normally their communication is excellent, so just a few little nerves here as they just steady the ship.
Can't get going. Folks, we saw the average change eddies every 7 points. That's to make sure whatever the weather conditions are doing, there's absolutely no advantage. One side to the other, both teams have to experience the same conditions. And Alice call a timeout. The number 1 seed is leading 7-2. Fireworks as well, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful to have you all with us as we showcase our wonderful sport. As amazing athletes in the FIVB. We call them what's it up. Because tomorrow is our Monday, join us as Scotland Super Sunday is up for grabs. And one of these teams, you're in the backyard, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 Aussie teams underway here in this match first set.
Oh, there we go. We see the Rocamper starting to fire up now. And that's you see the trademark beach volleyball for them. They'll dig in, they'll play long rallies, they'll make a lot of defensive plays, and they're going to really have to strengthen against the much, much taller timber of Nikki Laird and Louise Borden. It shows you right there. You do not have to be tall to be exceptional at this game. Ridiculous timing there of Alice Rocamper. Exactly what we want to see, and she'll be very, very pleased with that and a big confidence booster after a bit of a slow start, to be honest.
Hannah Rocamper, steely determination, great court vision, 2 ball in the sister. Now we're heading to the match, ladies and gentlemen, as the sunset spectacularly. The Scotland sister. She had a good 3-line shot. Couldn't land at 9-6. Very important. Back to the service line.
Louise Borden back to serve. The girls in green, 4 Olympic Games between them. Louise Borden 3. Nikki Laird playing her first in Rio. I'm sure it won't be her last. And Hannah Rocamper, no Olympics, but whoa, what an attack there. Crushing that ball into the cross court. And Hannah Rocamper now spends a lot of her time actually in Europe. She spends the Aussie winters there in Sweden. So she's, although we don't see her a lot here on the Aussie sand, she plays a lot of beach volleyball in Sweden and one of the top players on the Swedish tour. And absolutely loves her beach volleyball. She describes herself as an absolute avid, passionate beach volleyballer, and she'll be playing this game for a long, long time to come. And what a cool thing when you can team up with your younger sister and come out and play World Tour beach volleyball on your home beach. So 8-10 now. Louise Borden and Nikki Laird, slight lead here in this first set. Oh, and you can see that gusts of wind just really moving that ball around, and Hannah and moving the camera around. So it's clear skies, but it's really, really windy there and making it really challenging for these elite athletes to make that play. And Hannah just giving a bit of advice there to her younger sister. Had a bit of a read on that play, but 11-9. Precision, and we see it so often. We see the open court there, and there's a little chip shot across. Technical timeout now.
So no doubt the crowd here is firmly behind the row campers, as you would expect. It is a manly crowd, and I don't mean that they look like they've all been to the gym. It is a manly beach crowd, and the road campers are very much manly beach. So you would expect they'll be getting a lot of support. But 11-10, nice and tight at this stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manly Beach, please put your hands together for Louise Borden, Nikki Laird, Hannah, and Alice Rocamper. Australia beat Australia for a spot in the final.
If you're down around the Northern Beaches area or Sydney, you want to get down here. We've got celebrity matches, we've got fireworks happening, and it's been such a great night here down at the event site. And you might even, if you're quick enough, catch the end of this match. And as you can see, it's an absolute battle here. Only 1 point the difference. And this is going to go all the way to the wire. And Lou Borden and Nikki Laird thanking that little gift there from the road cameras. That swing just going wide. Nikki Laird back to serve. Decision there rather than Lou staying in the net. She's really lay peel off the net and catches Alice's vision. As a result, makes the hitting error, and good strategy there from Louise and Nikki. Oh, great rally there, and Nikki wishes it was a full contact sport where they've got 4 goes to get that over, but that left-handed dig from Nikki, something we don't often see from the 6'3" athlete, and really good element of her game that she's starting to bring in is those defensive ups, and they get the point back though. 14-11, that little 3-point gap remains. She swats that one down the line, and great work there by Hannah Rocamper to make that dig up off the Nikki Laird block. There was really nowhere to go, and the really, really quick reflexes for her to be able to keep that ball in play. It was pretty impressive. Oh, and that's when you listen to your sister. She gave her the line call. Alice responded, and we had to put that ball down into the line and bring up point number 12, 12-15. Oh, again, great defense there by the road campers. Really trying to draw Nikki's gaze away from the ball, getting to look into the court, and as a result, Nikki just swings a little bit long as that ball moves around in the wind, and that brings up another point for them. That's 13-15. They're just checking the score. I think they've just, yep, there we go, 13-15 on the scoreboard. Lou and Nikki leading by 2 here. Oh, the dig again from the road camp. They said, we don't need a block. We're going to sit back. We're going to let you swing. And then we're going to come right back at you. It's so good to see such different styles of game from both sides, really showing that beach volleyball can be played many, many different ways. You just got to find a way that works for you and a way that scores your points.
Yeah, that ball has hit there to Nikki Ladd, spiked the ball. That's what we talked about before.
So you see the referee there signaling that the ball's made contact with the antenna, the red and white stick, which is an extension of the sideline. So the players must hit the ball, it must go in between the 2 sticks in order for it to stay in the field of play. So you'll see all the linesmen around with the red flags. They're there to help assist the referee to make sure they will get the right decision. And as a result, Nikki and Lou will just take a timeout here. They'll sit down, they'll have a bit of a chat, grab a water, and they'll be back out after 60 seconds.
Great fight back by the road campers. We're down by quite a few points in this set, but just holding their nerve and trusting their game. And it's so important, because if you start to lose faith in what you're doing, then more errors can creep in. They are trusting their game, and it's coming together nicely. There's a little bit of wind out there, which is making it a little bit unpredictable. But 3 of the 4 players on this court have played a heck of a lot of volleyball here at Manly Beach. The 2 road campers and Nikki Ladd, 15 all, and well, it's anybody's game. But the home court advantage, Sanj, I wonder whether in the end that will be quite important.
Yeah, and the windier it gets, the better it is for the road campers. The shorter of the 2 pairings, and absolute ball control masters. And Louis Borden's over and watch Mike ball control and puts that one down into the angle. And look, this will be an absolute tussle all the way down, just like the previous matches have been in these quarterfinals. And Ross, that's why these teams are here in the quarterfinals. They've worked their way out. They've eliminated the teams that may not have been up to standard at the time, but now they get that opportunity to make a semi-final world tour. And Nikki Ladd, the little go to block, no block. She jumped, but her hands went down, and as a result, the road campers come up with a point, and we're all tied up 16 all here. Centre court, quarterfinal action, World Tour, Manly Beach.
Nikki Ladd responding hard and handsome over the block. 17.
They just had the roving mic before the first set. Very, very clever Hannah Roadcamper. She was absolutely squeezed out by the Nikki Ladd block there. And rather than swinging hard, which would have resulted in the block for Nikki Ladd, she just nicely touches that ball off the outside hand and brings up point number 17. We're all tied up again. Oh, and Lou just crushes it. So that's the advantage of Lou and Nikki. If they can get that passing set on the net, that's where they're going to be in the best position to make that attack. So you can see here Hannah and Alice having a little chat as they pass on the net, making sure they get their strategy right here. 18-17. Nikki and Lou with a 1-point advantage here. Oh, watching that one, Hobie wishing, talking that ball in, and she's done what it needed to grab the outside of the line, and that's all it needs, a millimetre on the outside of the line. Points there's 18 all. Ross, we've got a game on our hands again.
How good is that? Nikki Laird, ladies and gentlemen. A fair response. Both of these teams.
Just love how both these teams are going about it. Lou and Nikki playing that real big game on the net. Hannah and Alice really going with their defensive skills. Really smart on their attack. Both teams playing to their strengths. Two-ball back dig, look away. Alice Rocamper, this is your home beach. She's more than welcome to pull that out, and exciting, the crowd's going absolutely nuts. And as we said, it doesn't have to be power that wins these points. You get the ball in the sand, points yours, 19 all. Nikki Laird says, well, I'm tall, I'm going to get above the net. I'm going to put that ball down and use my strength as well. So that'll give her the serve. And this is her first opportunity at a set point. Nikki Laird, Louise Borden. She threads it through the knee. We always saw a middle defense by Lou and Nikki, both having that covered, and somehow squeezes it through. And of course, we're at 20 all again. I think it's just a prerequisite for these quarterfinals. Oh, what permission does she have to swing right through Louise Borden block, and loving it, just taking the game on, and that's what we love to see. The crowd's getting involved, and set point Rocampers, it's into the net. It's a little rush there by Hannah. I think she should have taken a little more time there, and it's all right, they'll change ends, and we'll see Louise and Nikki to go with the serve, 21 all. We now have that race to first ahead by 2.
Will it be the number 1 seeded team in the green and gold? Will it be the local heroes in the blue?
High off the hands again. I think she must have been watching Jessica Namo and Vakara Palmer's little battle in that last match, because that's absolutely exquisite, and set point number 2 for the Rocampers. And Nikki's like, well, hang on, I'll wait for you. Maybe I'll give it a crack as well. And again, high and hard off the hands, and levels it back up 22 all.
Fantastic to have this quality sort of match too, because there's a really good crowd in here now, Sanj, and they've come to watch beach volleyball, and for some of them it might be an introduction to the sport, so it's great that they can see a quality game like this. And wow, the Rocampers are refusing to go away. They are putting everything on the line here, and they just keep holding these set points. And I tell you what, if they're able to close it out and win this set, the crowd will go wild.
Oh, there we go, the one-arm save there by Hannah Rocamper. And no, Louise Borden puts it into that corner, but I love this never say die attitude. But all 4 players out there, you can tell this means a fair bit to them. They're not going down easy, and 23 all.
What's the biggest set we've had so far this weekend? 25-23?
We had a 25-23, so it's definitely going to equal the biggest score we've had so far in this tournament. Oh, Hannah and Alice, just the ball control of these ladies in this swirly, blustery conditions, making it look like a piece of cake out there, making it look like there's no wind at all. So set point number 4. That dig by Alice Rocamper in the middle of the set. That ball had almost buried itself into the sand. She got that right fist under the ball, popped it up. And again, that defense where they're peeling off the net. Nikki Laird had a little bit of a glance, and as a result, that ball moves out of position. Swing goes wide, and we have first set Rocamper. Quarterfinal action, Manly Beach World Tour Beach Volleyball.
Sassy dance crew in the house. One of these guys that's a couple years, makes an early thing, that's a fun of us tonight. We'll see you up this and that. fireworks to come. Second set. Are you feeling excited, Swaggy?
And let's welcome these ladies out on the court. And it's absolutely bustling down here at centre court. We've got the VIP area absolutely chockers, shoulder to shoulder. We've got the grandstand being only a couple of seats left as people squeeze into that for this second set match. And the Roy campers still, Alice, squeezing that one down the line.
There's a big volleyballers out here, ladies, doing what they do best. That's amazing.
Rare error there from Hannah Rowcamper. Again, just that wind moving around a lot, and we'll see Nikki Laird now from the northern end of the beach, serving towards the grandstand. Oh, power. I said, love that last point. Alice Rowcamper just slices the ball down the line. This one, she comes and crushes it cross court. It's amazing to see the versatility of these athletes, the skill set they've got, and bringing it all out in court in this quarterfinal match. So Louise Borden just popping the sunglasses away now that the sun's setting. We'll have the lights will be coming on pretty soon here at Manly Beach, and just absolutely awesome conditions now. Oh, really tough play there by Lucia. The left-hander had to really get around that ball and makes it super challenging, but she was up to the challenge and was able to snap that ball down and put it away. Guys, just be really careful with the cameras there. That's the live stream. And just the...
Yeah, right, you can go there. That's fine.
Oh, we'll be fine. Don't, yeah.
Don't swear too much, right?
And I can't...
Let's see it. Fantastic play there, Nikki.
3-2 here in the second set, point for point, just as we expected here in this second set on Manly Beach. Three apiece.
Nice and cozy, isn't it?
Too strongly this time, so experienced. Wonderful shot, high off the hands, out of bounds for the end.
And we'll see the ladies switch ends here. Obviously, as we mentioned before, for those new to beach volleyball, every 7 points, the girls will switch to the opposite end just to make sure everyone's got a really good look at the crowd, a good look at the scoreboard, and no advantage with any of the conditions. So, nice little back set play there by the Rowcampers, moving the ball around, moving the tall block of Nikki Laird around, making her really move position and trying to take advantage of that exceptional ball control they just pride themselves on so much.
Just stunning vision there. They put themselves in the way, no ball control on the Rowcampers. Sneaking it through the block. Okay. Yeah, still strong from the outside this time. Nikki, wonderful play for 5-all. Time up here in the second set. We'll swap every 7 points throughout the first and second set.
Oh, massive block there by Nikki Laird. The set was tight and Alice went to really swing hard, but Nikki was able to close down that angle and bring up point number 6 for her team.
Camera's over here, man. Camera's alright.
There we go. Love that. Alice coming in just really courageous again, not changing her game style and not being intimidated by that massive block of Nikki Laird there at the net. And yeah, we're at 6-all, point for point.
So it's coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. After this matchup, we've got some fun games with a few legends of the game. Matt and Jess.
Great play, great little drop shot there by the girls in green, just changing up their strategy a little bit. And that'll be an end switch again, 8-6. Louise Borden and Nikki Laird getting this first little mini break, 2 points ahead here. They are one set down, so these guys all or nothing here for Louise Borden and Nikki Laird. It's a must-win set. You see that ball just drifting away there from Alice Rokamp, but that wind just grabbing it and making it really challenging for her to make a play. And they're just going to have a timeout here and just sit down, just go over their weather patterns, assess the conditions here, and see them come out and just try and tighten up a little bit. A few little ball control errors which you don't normally see from the Rokamp sisters, so they'll tidy it up, no worries at all, and they'll be right back in this set. The advantage they've got is they've got set number 1 already in the bag, so the safety's there. So for them, it's about getting as close as they can here, whereas Nikki and Lou are going to be all out here. They've got to win this set if they have any chance of making it through to the semi-final of this World Tour event.
Let's bring it out there. Please put your hands together and welcome these two teams. Left Borden and Nikki Laird. In the green and gold, in the blue over there, Hannah and Alice Rokamp.
Oh, great setting there by Nikki Laird, putting her partner Louise Borden right on the net, right on that left shoulder, and you can see Lou very, very happy with that set. She crushes it cross court and brings up point number 10. So we've now seen that 4-point gap. They're really starting to edge forward in this second set.
And you would expect, wouldn't you, that with their experience, that Louise and Nikki would come out and lift the game a notch in this set after losing the opening set. Nikki, of course, a three-time Olympian, and Nikki at her first Olympics last year. Both enormously talented, both very experienced. Of course, Louise was off getting married last weekend, so I'm sure this weekend was the furthest thing from her mind last weekend. But so she's out there, she's refocused now, and she's really getting out there and trying desperately to get back into this match after dropping that opening set, 25-23.
And Ross, most people after their wedding, they go honeymoon in Hawaii or Tahiti or Bora Bora, and Louise Borden is here in Manly Beach 4 to 5 days after getting married here, spending her time with Nikki Laird on the sands of Manly playing World Tour beach volleyball. That's commitment. That little chip shot was working really well in that first set, just going wide there, and as you see, a big momentum swing here. Nikki and Lou looking really in control of this second set, and as you said, when they're in that do or die position, they throw caution into the wind and they look really relaxed out there, and they're no tension, and